we will see how the sharp air purifier and the plasma cluster ion technology helps in eliminating all the categories of problem that we find in an indoor environment. We will also see how the sharp air purifier plasma cluster ion technology is safe, effective and is better than all other air purifiers available in the market. For category 1 of problems, which is dust, smoke, pollen and pet dander, sharp air purifier uses a filtration mechanism. Let us see how the filtration mechanism works in an air purifier. The model which we are using today for demonstration is FU-A80E, which has got a front suction and a top airflow. So the first, it is a combination of pre-filter and active charcoal filter. The second layer is of the HEPA filter. Now the HEPA filter which Sharp uses in all the air purifiers are true HEPA, and they can trap particles up to 99.97%. How will you know that the HEPA which you are buying is of a better quality and better efficiency? There are two ways to check the efficiency of an HEPA. First is the surface area of the HEPA. When I say surface area, I mean the number of folds and the thickness of the HEPA. Higher the surface area, better it is. As you can clearly understand that if our HEPA filter has a higher surface area, it can trap more particles in one cycle. Similarly, the second check will be the clean air delivery rate. The clean air delivery rate, CADR, means the volume of air which can be cleaned in an hour. Or you can also say the number of air changes which can happen in an hour. So Sharp FU-A80E offers a clean air delivery rate of 480 cubic meter per hour. For all the four other categories, Sharp uses the plasma cluster ion technology to eliminate all of them. Now let us see how these smelly substances can be neutralized by the plasma cluster ion technology used in Sharp air purifiers. We will now see how Sharp air purifier helps eliminate VOCs. We are using a permanent marker which has got lot of harmful VOC substances used as binding substances. Now we have a volunteer who will get blindfolded and we will do a demo to check her reaction to see how the Sharp plasma cluster has eliminated the smell. Now we are using the permanent marker to mark on both the cards. Now I will expose this to plasma cluster now. Plasma cluster helps in three ways. One, it goes out and eliminates the smell, unlike all other purifiers which absorbs. Second, it neutralizes the smell. Third, it removes from the air as well as from the surface. Now I will use the old card which is not exposed to plasma cluster. As you can see, plasma cluster has reduced the smell. Now as you know, ammonia is a substance which is found in sweat as well as the smell which you find in a toilet. So that is very pungent. We will do a small demo to see how Sharp plasma cluster helps in neutralizing the smell of ammonia. So what we have done is we have put ammonia on this and we have added a pH solution to this. By adding the pH solution and from the pH table which you can see, it has become more basic. So the color is matching. Now we will see how the sharp air purifier helps in neutralizing the ammonia. Can you get blindfolded, madam? So we will pour little bit of this ammonia solution on a piece of paper. So as you can see, the color has been reproduced on the piece of paper. So if I expose it, I am very sorry, madam, this is actually very bad. I am very sorry. So we will, through this example, we will check how the pH level also gets reduced. So the color also will change, plus the ammonia smell will get neutralized completely. As I have explained in the last section also, that plasma cluster works by going out of the machine, number one. Number two, it neutralizes the harmful substances. Third, it works on the surface also. These three things are not possible in any other air purifier in the world. Now, as you can see, the color has almost disappeared now and it has become more neutral. You can match it. There is no action. There is absolutely no action. So it means the smell must have decomposed completely. We have one more volunteer here to do the ammonia demo and to check the effectiveness of the sharp plasma cluster. Ma'am, can you blindfold him? In the meantime, I will put the pH solution on the piece of paper which has been mixed with ammonia. As you can see, the color has been reproduced on the paper as well. So I will the color is matching with the shirt. Now I will expose it to the plasma cluster. Why we are doing the demo and bringing it closer to the machine is we want to check the effectiveness of the plasma cluster immediately. Similarly, when this product is installed in an area of 200, 300 or 400 square feet, the plasma cluster ions actively go out and reach each and every corners of the room, thus eliminating all the harmful substances, not only from the air but also from the surface. Now, while we are explaining the effectiveness of the plasma cluster ions are also doing its work. And as you can see here, the color has changed. Now let us it works. Coffee to see how the sharp air purifier helps in reducing the smell. Madam is going to help me in it. We'll put some coffee and please rub it with both your hands. You will have equal smell on both the hands. So can you show the camera that the coffee traces are there? Right? You expose one of your hand to the plasma cluster and one keep behind you. I have not poured it on. I have poured it on now. So what we are trying to see now is the plasma cluster helps in reducing the smell. As you can see, the filters are removed outside the machine. But still, while you are operating the product, it has to be placed within the machine. But just for the sake of demonstration and showing the efficacy of the plasma cluster ions, we are using it without the filter. Plasma cluster goes out and removes the harmful substances not only from the air and also from the surface, from each and every corner of the room. Ma'am, as you can see now, the smell must have reduced. And can you tell our viewers also how much it has reduced and what do you find?
It was 10, now it's on an average 5. It has reduced 50%. 50% off.
So can you show the camera that the coffee traces are still there?
Coffee traces are still there.
But the smell has
reduced. Right.
Now we come to the category 3 of the problem in our indoor environments. Static charge. Very common in air conditioned environments and dry environments. Now in an air conditioned homes, it becomes very dry because the humidity gets reduced, and the kind of furnishings which we use today, they create a lot of friction, and due to that friction in a dry environment, static charge is created. Wherever there is a static charge, all the tiny particles which are there in the air, they will get attracted towards the furnishings, carpets and all other places where there is static charge. In fact, if I have to explain you, while we are sleeping, our hair creates the maximum amount of static current. During that time, when we rub our hair with the pillow all throughout the night, maximum static charge is generated. During this time, all the tiny particles, they get attracted towards the pillow or to the blanket. Thereby, they come closer to us while we breathe throughout the night. When they come closer to us, you must have noticed that a lot of people, when they wake up in the morning, they wake up with sneezing or coughing. The only reason for morning allergy is nothing other than static charge, which attracts the tiny particles towards us. We will use a static charge generator to check the presence of static charge. And we will also see how the sharp plasma cluster reduces and removes the static charge from the room. We will use a static charge generator to see that whenever there is a charge generated, as you can see that the polarities, because of similar polarities, they will repel. Now what we will do is, we will generate static charge, but we will now expose it to the plasma cluster first, and we will see that then there will be no repel at all. Now we are generating static charge. And we are exposing it to the plasma cluster now for a few seconds, and then we come back here. We will see that the polarities are not repelling now. As you can see, now the plasma cluster is switched off, but the static charge is not going now. As soon as we switch on the plasma cluster, now the static charge is being neutralized. Now they are gradually dropping down. Now we have come to the category 4 problems, which are mainly the microbes and infectious substances. We can't check it and we can't check the effectiveness, neither can we check the presence of it, but we can sometimes feel the presence of it. But to prove the effectiveness, we have certifications which confirms the effectiveness of plasma cluster in decomposing all the harmful substances from the air as well as from the surfaces. All these certifications are available on our website, and they can also be shared with you on demand. I mean, we have all the copies of the certifications. As you can see, allergens removed, odors eliminated, allergy sealed, viruses killed, bacteria killed, mold reduced, and static electricity. A very important factor here while we discuss about the safety of the product is that all the sharp air purifiers, they do not have any harmful ozone. We do not produce ozone for air purifications, and they have been certified by several organizations. The safety has been confirmed. Now we come to the last category, which talks about suffocation and staleness and heaviness in the air. This actually will be the first moment of truth when you install the purifier at your home. In an AC environment, when you start using an air purifier, and when you wake up in the morning, you feel a little heavier to breathe. When you install a sharp air purifier in such a room, and you start using it for about 24 hours, within 24 to 48 hours, you will realize that the air in the room has become a little easier to breathe, lighter to breathe. This will be your first moment of truth, and there could be no better proof than you yourself certifying that yes, you have found the air to be lighter and easier to breathe after you have started using the sharp air purifier. Thank you very much for listening and appreciating the efficiency of the sharp air purifier. For any further questions, please feel free to contact us.